How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Awesome. So,
Jamming, hanging out.
yeah, just hanging out. Did you get a haircut?
No,
Oh,
I haven't
really?
had probably yeah, no, not this. Maybe a month or so, I guess.
Oh, no, it looks shorter. I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
it's just
cool.
curlier, fuller.
Ah, yeah, it stays. I can't. She has a mind of her own, so I just let her go.
She?
Yeah, Bertha.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget? Really? It's a new season, my memory.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm retired. Let's get out of here.
You're old news. Sorry.
Yes, come
No.
on.
Oh my gosh, Cameron. How
Hi.
have you been and what have you been up to?
Oh, hey, I've
Hi.
been awesome. Lot going on. Just staying really busy. And that's about it. Yeah, just like literally staying busy. I got a lot of like things that are cooking. And personal life stuff too, of course. And just literally watching this season of Big Brother, which is 100% nuts.
Oh my gosh. You are a super fan. You have been watching,
Yeah,
since day one, right?
correct.
This is giving old school Big Brother, right?
I don't think they meant to. I think that they
No.
went in there and they were like, "Oh, let's play strategic. Let's hold some stuff back. Let's be cool. Let's lie, cheat, and steal." And then somewhere along the way, someone just flipped a damn switch and people lost their minds. And right now, I can't ask for any better entertainment than what's going on.
No, it's actually insane. Like Angela. Angela is something else. She started the whole thing.
Wait, who? I'm not. I
Angela.
haven't watched this season yet, so
You haven't watched this season? Okay, bye. See you
bye.
later.
Yeah, Angela. I get asked about Angela literally 400 times a day.
I bet.
I
Yeah.
don't. I haven't covered the topic because I attempt to be a good dude, but it's getting out of hand. Like people asking me a bunch of stuff, and I'm trying to like stay away and be cool, but it's getting to a point where it's like we gotta start talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay.
You're like, yeah, talk, loser.
Well, the thing is, I want to bring something up, but I know you're probably under like an NDA.
Nah,
But
go ahead. Let's talk. I'll let him call me.
the conspiracy is that she's some kind of CBS plant. Have you seen this?
Aren't they all plants?
But I mean, she's been on like,
Every one of them was chosen by CBS for a particular reason. And
you
I
have
mean,
a point.
and so well, to get serious, um, I mean, you want to talk about NDAs and stuff, which falls in the guidelines of the understanding that Big Brother is extremely legal, very tight, closed-lipped. They don't talk about what's going on, and it's not necessarily completely because they want to have all the surprises and have all the control. Oh, thank you. What's up, Steve? They don't. It's not that they want all of the control and they want to continue to have everything so secret. It's literally a game. I mean, there's two schools of thought on this. There's the people that love the game, and there's the people that love the TV show. And those two things aren't the same. We can go on and play a video game or whatever you want all the time. I mean, Survivor Vanquish. There's Big Brother. All these cool things that you can play online with other people, and that's a game. This is a TV show. We're selling ads. We're selling. This is marketing. This is money. So there's a television show at hand, and they want to put people on there that are truly not only going to draw viewers in, but give the absolute most entertainment possible and force the fans to tune in on the shows. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about how pissed off people are about live feeds going down all the time and how the cameramen suck and they're trying to protect people and they don't give a shit about that. No, they want you to tune into the TV show because if you watch the TV show, you got to watch commercials, you got to watch ads, you got to buy another subscription, you got to tune into all of this stuff. It's all related, it's all money stuff, and it's a business. There's no accidents going on in the house where a cameraman was like turned away come on, guys. These dudes have been doing this for this is their 26th season. They're getting pretty good at it. They know what they're doing. So it's not any sort of conspiracy as if they're attempting to protect one person so they don't say anything wrong or any of that stuff like that. They allow those things to happen on the outside. When you sign your name on the line, there's an understanding that you're going to have to answer for the things that happen inside of that house, regardless of your intentions when you said what you said or when you did what you did against another player, regardless if it was a game move or not. There's real world people that are misinterpreting your sense of humor, misinterpreting your actions, misinterpreting gameplay for personal play. And so it gives, Big Brother is such a puzzle. It's truly about the viewers. It's about people that love the game. It's about selling ads. It's about subscriptions. It's about continuing their foothold in the broadcasting syndicate. It's all of these things together. So when people get upset about a small thing, or they're watching after this person, or they're doing that, no, they want it to happen. What they want to do is they want to not only control the narrative, because, might I add, yes, it's a game, but it is their TV show. It's theirs. They get to decide what they want to show you and how they want to show it to you to elicit a response, to get you emotional, to make us talk about this on TikTok Live. If Angela didn't do what she did, and Tucker didn't do what she did, and Quinn didn't run his mouth like he did, we wouldn't have shit to talk about right now. We would just be watching some dumbass game show. We might as well tune into Price is Right or Dr. Phil. It's the same shit. I mean, come on. People don't get that this is, it's a game, but first and absolutely foremost, it's a TV show. So speaking of which, the fact that somebody is a plant on there, it's not likely, because every single person was specifically chosen for their exact personality. When people take the psychology test, or any kind of test that they take to go into the house, they're not checking to see if you're nuts. They're checking to see your exact personality type so that they can control what it is they want to portray. They're building a live television show every single day. It's not scripted. They can't just go back to the drawing board today. What you said right now, they have to go build something around that, entertaining, and cut it up into commercial breaks and serve it up to you like a nice pizza. It takes time and it takes a lot of effort, and people don't put a lot of that stuff into perspective. They think that it's just some fun game and that CBS is trying to control all this stuff. And they're telling people things in the diary room, and they're telling this person that so-and-so voted for him. No, I'm here to tell you that is illegal. It's literally illegal. They cannot, when there's that much money involved, when there's money involved at all, a television show cannot, and they will not, according to their legal standpoint, they cannot tip the scale in the favor of a person or not, because not only will the remaining house guests of that season sue, every house guest that's ever been on the show, I mean, they open themselves up for a class action. You can't do that kind of stuff. I know that it feels nice to put a nice little bow on stuff and say, oh, Big Brother's, cheating again, or they're doing this for this person, or it feels fun to be a conspiracy theorist and to think that all of your crazy thoughts are that they're controlling. But the bottom line is they can't tip the scale of that game. But what they can do is they can control the narrative of the things that you say and the way that they serve it to you on a television show. That's their main objective, is to be entertaining, not to let somebody win the game or make sure that someone stays on the show long enough. They just have to act on the fly, and that's the way it goes.
That's
Next
so
question.
perfectly said.
Sorry, I was long-winded, but I can't get all that out. I can't say all that in like a little blurb, I can't say all that shit, so.
Well, I'll cut it for you and post it.
Oh, cool.
You know me. But
You're
no,
my
it's so
favorite
funny
editor.
because I was one of the people complaining. I swear I was.
Yeah, it happens every year. We're so passionate. It's our favorite show. It's our favorite summer pastime. I like this shit better than baseball now. I used to love baseball.
Fish again?
Yeah.
But no, my boyfriend, he doesn't even watch this. He just hears it from me.
Yeah. Oh, that poor guy.
And he's like, you realize that they don't want people like you posting it online. They want to save it for the show. I'm like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong.
No, they don't care. They just love the fact that someone else is promoting for them.
Yeah, no.
You're free advertisement.
They do, but at the same time, I think he has a point. Like, they really are trying to save some of it for the show.
Yeah,
For the
I mean,
viewers.
yeah, it's exactly what it is, and it's not necessary. It's just what people don't understand. Whenever they shape the narrative and they like you don't see certain things on live feeds, or you saw it a certain way on live feeds, and they edit it a different way for the show, it's not because they're trying to help this other person win. It's not because they're trying to get ratings or any of this kind of stuff. They're literally building a television show on the fly. Every single minute of their day is writing a show, and they're hoping to God you say something amazing that they can build their next 6-minute package for you before a commercial break. That's their entire goal, is to find something juicy that somebody said, because everybody knows if you watch live feeds and you watch the show and you compare and contrast the difference between what you heard live and what you heard on the show, it's not them attempting to protect something or even to shape a narrative to make someone look good or make them the hero. They literally took the juiciest pieces of all of this boring-ass conversation and they served it to you in the most compact way possible. They only get to show... They get 3 television shows, 3 hours a week. One of those is clouded by complete live. And now that we have the AI arena, they've cut down on how much more we can even watch, because God knows how much crap just happened when Tucker was on. When Tucker, pulled his stunt, we'll get to that. That was pretty thick ass. But when he pulled what he pulled, and then Mackenzie pulled what she pulled, now we're voting live. Now we get to find out live. They're like, all of the show tonight is that there's going to be like a previously on Big Brother, and then straight to live. That's it. There's no, what are we going to show? You hope to God that people are watching the live feeds, and there's always going to be a catch up on Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. But now we've cut it down to two hours. Now I have 2 hours to show you the best possible shit that happened this entire week. A whole week's worth of all that crap that we've been following. Now I only have 2 hours to show you the juiciest parts of it. That is impossible. No one's going to win that. As CBS and the producers that I know and love, by the way, if any producers are watching this, please, for the love of God, please go take a nap. I know how hard these people work. They barely eat. I swear to God, they just hope to God there's a sandwich laying around. They work so hard. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, they're building this show on the fly, and they don't have enough time to try to protect this one or try to help this person and get a power and hope that this vote works out. They don't have time to look after one person. They just don't. They hope to God you say something awesome, and then it gives them enough meat to create a whole meal out of it in 2 hours for a week.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Like you said, there's 3 shows they have to edit. I
saw the control room one time when I was walking back there, and I was like, God bless all of you. I just want to bring you a bottle of water. Just, they were in there like, yep, got it, click, just copy, go, move it, click, move on, camera, what, got it. Okay, we got so-and-so in the dining room. Tell them to wait, we don't have enough time. It's crazy. It's like, it should be a TV show. It's so insane to me.
Yes. Let's get a backstage at production.
Yeah, production.
The Netflix special. No, it has to be Paramount Plus, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
1984.
Yeah. I want to get your thoughts. We talked a little bit about Angela.
Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry I was so long-winded. I'm listening.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. Keep talking. Angela, though, that blow up. Do you watch the feeds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can't watch it all the time. Jesus Christ. And people send me a lot of stuff, too. It's crazy. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. There's a lot. But as long as you get the gist of it, that's good. Did you see Angela planning in her bed, in her HOH room, the night before, what to say to Matt?
I did. I think that she forgets that the cameras are watching her and that it's live feed.
People were like, "Oh, she's sleepwalking."
But I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, she's plotting.
That would look crazy.
Oh my gosh. So anyways, and then she just comes down and just starts clapping.
It's so funny. Dude, she's laying there and she goes, "If I only pick the perfect words." And like, of course, that's what people call conversation. If you pick the correct words, you will get your point across correctly. Now, the delivery, however, I don't know that needs to get talked through like you're running lines with Patrick Swayze or some shit. For a low budget movie.
Low budget movie. Oh my god.
Come on. That was, I mean, comedic and reality television gold. But the delivery was more like DiGiorno.
So wait, what do you like better? The pie nominations or her blow up?
I may be biased on this one. The pie nominations was fun to be a part of. The aftermath, however, was a little bit stressful.
Oh my god!
But being able to sit in the comfort of my own home and watch her blow up, I'll take that one again.
Yeah, absolutely.
That whole scenario was. Producers I know were just like, thank God something happened.
Yeah.
Everyone else was like, oh, she's a bully and she's this and she's that. No, listen, I'm gonna give Angela some love. I mean, I'm in contact with her family. I try to love everybody and I try to be there for them, and I know how hard it is for the families having to watch all of this stuff. You go in with a plan and you attempt to run that plan. Now, the problem with that is people have two plans in mind. One, they know what kind of game that they want to play. Until you go in there and you get hit in the mouth and you got to adjust and figure out your way through it and hope to God that you can win some stuff and find somebody you can trust. That's always the plan, right? To do what you wish other people would have done in previous seasons. God, if they'd only done this, they'd have won, blah, 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 right? Hindsight's 20/20. You go in there with a plan and it makes sense in your head until you get hit in the mouth. But number two, a lot of people plan the type of character that they want to be, the type of person that they want to present themselves as. Not only to the other players, but you recognize going into that house that America is watching you all the time. They're watching every single move that you make and scrutinizing and criticizing every single step that you take in that house. Every single breath you breathe the wrong way, someone goes, oh, I hate them. So you go in, number one, understanding how you want to play the game. And number two, how you want to present yourself on camera. A lot of people go into the house thinking that they want to be this explosive, confrontational character, which is cool, and it's going to get you some love, and it's going to get you some followers. But buyer beware, you're going to have to answer for some interesting antics when you leave the house, i.e. your Yelp review. You got to be very careful because these things, Big Brother fans are amazing. But some of them can be a little bit tough on the people that are brave enough to be on this show that we love. It's really tough. And to live up to that takes a lot. And when you're in the moment, in the house, it's really hard to differentiate between how I want to play the game right now, this crazy move that I want to make, how I want to present my character on screen when I make this move. You're not thinking in the moment, how is this gonna look when I leave? When I sit in that chair next to Julie, what kind of questions is she gonna ask me? Because you have no idea what you're walking into when you leave the house, and you have no clue how your message was received. And like I was saying earlier, about how they cut the footage together to give you the biggest parts of the show that they can possibly give you. Not only are you unaware of how your message is going to be received, you also have to be aware of the fact that the editors that are editing this show and the producers that put through the final green light on the show each week, they are in control of the way that you are going to be perceived. So you not only have to watch your character, the words you say and how you say it to certain people, you have to recognize that even if you were the absolute correct person in the situation, if you were the hero in your scenario, if Big Brother wants to make the show a little bit meatier and they want to throw in a couple of things to make their viewers go, I wonder if they were right in this. Now I'm rethinking everything. Now I'm wondering, were they the bad guy? And then that's all it takes to spark that. And then Twitter goes nuts. And then you see things on TikTok. And then before you know it, people are calling out each other's family members and calling their businesses trying to get them fired. And you thought you were doing the right thing. And it's all about the way that it's edited and put together and how you present yourself. So Angela, God bless her, she thought she was doing something awesome. She thought she was going in there and shaking the house up and like, hell yeah, let's play, brother. What she did is going to have a lasting effect. And I don't mean on her game for the rest of the season. I mean, she's going to have to answer for some interesting topics when she leaves the house, regardless if she was in the right or in the wrong. And that's what's, not only are you trying to play this game, but all of those things run through your head in the middle of the night when you're trying to go sleep in that house. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys do it. Everybody's like, oh, you applied. It's like, I did, but would I do it? I don't know. I really don't know.
You ever seen that scene in Billy Madison where he goes back to visit his third grade class and the little boy goes, I want to go to high school. And he goes, don't you ever say that again. You stay here as long as you can.
Yes.
When people that understand Big Brother really well, like yourself, when they tell me, I wish I could go on the show, and I'm like, careful.
Yeah. Like, if I was single and didn't have a family, I'd probably do it, but
Yeah.
the fans,
Oh,
like you
that's
said, they call your job, they do everything
man.
behind you. It's like,
Yeah, I left my job going into the house and saved money to make sure I could take care of stuff, but you don't get paid while you're in the house. You don't get paid until after the show ends, right? So
right.
there's a lot of stuff that you have to get in order before you leave, and I was hoping to God I was going to get on the show, so I made arrangements ahead of time to try to get that stuff taken care of. And if it worked for my family taking care of all the things that they took care of, oh man, I'd have never made it. I don't think I could have lasted a week in that house, because it would have been on my brain that everything's falling apart at home.
Yeah.
And that's like when you think about Kenny, and you think about other people that are so hesitant to stay in the game because they're like, I gotta go. Like you get that feeling when something's wrong at your house, you don't give a shit about a game on TV anymore. Like, something's wrong in my house and I need to go home. And that's what people have. And to carry on that topic, another thing that kind of stuck out to me was Matt and Kenny's relationship, in the sense that people go, dude, you just met this guy. How are you willing to throw your game away for a guy that you just met? Do you not see it every single season? So there's a theme here, guys. If you can't understand why people would throw their game away for a person, that's because you haven't been in that scenario. You don't understand the amount of emotions that you feel for somebody so fast, because you have nothing else. There's no TV, there's no music, you can't go to your favorite bar, you can't watch TikTok, you can't do any of your normal stuff. So you only have the people right in front of you, and you grow so close, so fast. And not only that, when you're in that house, you know exactly how hard it was just to get to the door. The steps and the process that you have to go through just to get onto the show is incredible. Like, the odds are insane. So when you've made it there, that's amazing. When you recognize that you're in that house with 15 other people that are literally chasing a dream, and I don't mean just to get on the show, they have plans for after the show. They're hoping that this show is going to be something for them. They can begin chasing their dreams. And what you're giving up isn't your game for a guy that you just met 5 days ago. What you're giving up is even more noble. You're saying, clearly, I read my dream wrong. I'm willing to quit my dream and go back to my house so that you will have the opportunity to continue your dream. It's bigger than people give it credit. They think that they're just throwing their game away from this dude that they just met. But it's deeper than that. They want them to continue their dream, their life. They care so much about that person and what they want it for them and their future, that they're willing to dive on the sword. They're willing to just leave the house right now, because that's how much I love this person. And if you could ever spend literally 24 hours a day with someone, I swear to God, you'd either love them or fight them in 3 days. That's the bottom line. But that's not life. We have our own spaces and we have our own jobs and we do our own stuff. And so no one knows what that feeling is like until you're there.
Yeah. We see it every season. I remember Big Brother 24. Remember Big Brother 24, Turner, and everybody, not just Turner, but Turner was the most emotional about Paloma leaving. And this was like week 2. Mm-hmm. Everybody was hysterical. Yep. And they're like, how could you be that hysterical? She was only there for 2 weeks. But like, you are, like you said, you're there with no TV, nothing to do. You talk all day long, 24 hours a day. So you get a lot closer. It's like 2 weeks is like 2 months.
Yeah. And once you've met these people and you, like if I met you at a bar and I sat down and I told you that I'm running this charity and I gave every single nickel that I have to this charity because I believe so much in this cause that I'm literally living in a tin can in an alley out back. I gave everything that I have to this cause. You're going to immediately grow very close to me. You're probably going to buy me my next beer because you're like, this dude literally jumped off a cliff and hoped to God that his parachute opens. It's the biggest chance you could ever take in your life. And once you recognize that the person right in front of you has literally gambled their entire life just to be in this house, and if you take that into perspective and you look at your own situation and you go, well, all I really kind of gave up was just I auditioned for a while and my wife's taking care of everything at home. And you're like, you put it into perspective and you go, this dude went for broke. I have nothing compared to what they gambled. Then you go, man, I would much rather you stay in the house than I have because you've given so much more to be here. And that's the thought. There's like a million thought processes that go on in someone's mind when they're thinking about throwing this stuff away.
Yeah, agreed. So you mentioned Tucker earlier. Should we talk about Tucker?
Yeah, I love this guy. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I have never been so... He reminds me so much of Zach Rance from Big Brother.
I hear that a lot. Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yes, I do too. And then, of course, he looks identical to Jim Carrey, but not just Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura Jim Carrey.
Oh, my favorite one, yeah.
But yeah, he's a mess.
Pet Detective 1.
Yes.
There's 2 types of people in this world. People that love Ace Ventura 1 and people that love Ace Ventura 2.
Nope,
it's 2 completely different types of comedy.
Nope.
Period.
I don't like the second one.
There you go. Then that means that you like real cinema.
Okay, good. Yay, I win.
Because, in my opinion, Ace Ventura 2 was literally just thrown together for comedic value. Let's go have fun.
I don't remember any of it. So.
Bang. Yes. Yeah, no. All that. Yes. It was amazing. Listen, I love both of them, but number 1 is got my heart. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just want to talk about Tucker. Him volunteering to go on the block. What now? Twice? Is it 3 times? Twice? Either way, doing it once is insane. Yes. Just his whole, and now with the Quinn and the blow up, we're gonna see the blow up with the veto tonight. But I just want to know your thoughts on Tucker in general.
Thoughts on Tucker? Number 1, I feel for this guy because he's fighting. He hasn't even been put in a position where he needs to fight out of a corner, right? He like dropped, like he was at the bar, some shit was happening over by the pool table, and he was like, I got it, and they're like, no one asked you, and he's like, no, I want to fight right now, and he just went in swinging, dude. That's where he's at right now. He's thinking to himself, oh shit, I put myself in a predicament, and I'm like, you sure as hell did. You absolutely put yourself there, but that's good TV. That's good shit. Are you playing the game the right way? Who am I to say? But are you good TV? Absolutely. You're turning it loose and you're giving people what they bargained for. Now, the first time that he went on the block was interesting, and I understand volunteering in the situation that he was in because there was a collective plan. There was an understanding there. Sorry to say collective. There was an understanding there. What the house understood as the plan, and I've been in that scenario before, so everybody knew what was going on. So he was like, "I'm good. Let's just go out here and have fun in AI Arena. Whatever happens, happens. All I got to do is not let her win. That's all he had to do, right?" So he did that and earned his stripes because what he showed his allies was that he's willing to go out there and fight. He has the ability to win a competition if he has to. And basically tip the scale over the edge in favor of the house. So he was the person that was like, I got it. I'll put the team on my back. Let's rock. And he did that. what happens is you get a little bit of a sense of, oh, I can rock this shit. I got this. Yeah. But what's the motto of Big Brother?
Expect the unexpected.
So he loves puzzles. I understand.
Well,
right?
His motto.
Risk it for the biscuit. I love puzzles. Okay.
I really love puzzles.
I really love puzzles. You have no clue. No clue what this next AI arena could be. It could be picking number 1 through 3. You're out. You have no clue.
No.
So careful. Careful. Now, I think what he did was, it wasn't necessarily that he got too cocky or felt like he had kind of the AI arena understanding figured out and that he was definitely going to win. I don't think that was his thought. I think what he did think was, I think he was going to push Cedric's hand because he knew the plan that he wanted, but he had to learn a very tough lesson. Regardless if you have the power and the ultimate plan and you present it to the head of household, head of household is completely in control of where people are going to be sitting come Thursday. Period. So whenever you pull your big move and the power doesn't decide to rock with you, you're exposed. Tucker right now is sitting in a weird spot. He's not being gunned after, but if he continues this onslaught of abuse against Cedric, it's going to get rough. And I'm not saying that he's doing or saying some awful things to Cedric. All I'm saying is that if you continue to shake that tree, eventually a coconut's going to bust you in the head. It's just bottom line, dude. If you keep rocking that thing, like striving for answers and forcing people to tell you things, it doesn't go over well. Trust me. Trust me. It doesn't go very well. So I understood that he wanted Quinn to go up. Get it, sniff out the power, let's get it gone. Mm. But that's not necessarily how it's going to work because you're not running it this week. You gave a great plan. It had a bulleted format and a 10-point business model. It was beautiful. But Cedric was like, no. And that's it. That's all it takes. So he thought he was in a good spot and he's rocking these really cool ideas. But when they don't go through with it, you can't turn around and be like pissed off that it didn't go your way. You only have to be pissed off at yourself for putting that much trust in somebody.
Yeah. He was really hoping that he would go with his plan.
Hope don't go far. Not there.
But that fight, we've gotten so many fights, Cameron.
Yeah.
I remember last year's season, the number one fight was Corey and Jared in the Have Not room. Mm-hmm. And then I think it was Felicia and Sari and Jared too. But that's it. It was like 2 fights the whole season.
Well, you set the tone early.
Oh my God.
Like, I mean, honestly, in my season, we probably have 2 fights, but that's because we set that tone early on. Yeah, people talked a lot. People were behind doors and they said this and they would run tell another person. It was like this crazy telephone game every 10 seconds. But we honestly had a great amount of respect for each other because of what it took to get there. And we did a lot of like kumbaya sessions, literally, that probably weren't seen, but we did a lot of stuff that really brought us together in some pretty tough moments. And so it wasn't necessarily that we didn't want to fight. There were times when I wanted to walk out there and be like, you motherfucker, listen to me. But we just didn't do that. And I don't know the tone in a lot of other seasons. It's hard to see because they only show you what they show you on the show and you only see what you see in the live feeds and the things that are interesting. But we literally had a family dinner every single night. We sat down at that table as a collective house and put game down and literally ate together. Now, there were times when people would say something funky and we'd be like, all right, that's it, I'm leaving. And we would just walk out and be like, dinner's over. Mom ruined dinner again. I'm out. And there were times like that. But even then, we didn't go like, you ruined dinner, we hate you, we don't ever want you around us again. No, we were like, hey man, they expressed an opinion. That was a weird way to do it, but I get it, totally cool. And we'd finish our meal and we'd go our separate ways. But this one is a little bit different because the tone was set from the very beginning with a combative nature.
Yeah.
I mean, Angela, that first HOH is pivotal. Number one, No one wants the first HOH. If you do, you're nuts.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's crazy. But that person sets the tone, because if you get it in your brain as the HOH that you're the king of the house, that shit ends in like 5 days, bro. You better have a different plan, because once you leave that room, you're exposed and you're in a rough situation. And if a bunch of people come to you to form an alliance with you, or they talk with you and you're pretty close with people, awesome. But if you look them in the face and you go, yeah, I didn't believe your performance, it was like a low budget movie. Yeah, you're going to have a rough week next week. Really rough. So it set the tone very early on that name calling and calling people out in front of the entire house and going behind this person's back and mocking this person and doing it. It was okay from the very beginning. You can always loosen the reins, but it's really hard to tighten the grip back again and get control of everything. And once it gets away from you, there's nothing that you can do. So if we set the tone with a combative nature in the beginning of the season, there's not much else. Where do you go from there? You go to more fights, and you go to more conflict, and you go to more shouting matches and more, just back and forth. But if you can put the game down for a little bit and talk to people, that's the most important thing to keep your sanity in that house. And that's something that guys like Kenny don't have. We had that in the house. I mean, even with the people that I had at our worst times, when I knew 100% that the person sitting across from me wants my head on a platter this week, and I absolutely want them gone as well, you know that in the back of your brain, but you still go, what's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
What do you like? I saw you limping earlier. You doing all right? Good. You stink. Go take a shower. Shit like that. Like, we're humans.
Yeah.
And if the tone is set from the beginning that we're all enemies, you're alone. No matter what room you're in with whoever you're in there with, you're alone, because there's no human connection when people can't put the game down and go, hey, what's up, dude? You good? Cool. And people don't have that. So people want to be pretty rough on Kenny for the fact that he's wishy-washy on wanting to go out and want to stay and all this kind of stuff. But this season is a little bit rougher than I've seen in the past because of that tone. People don't realize that it's knifey in there, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta people are wanting to stab you at every moment. And you don't know if I could turn to somebody and go, hey man, I'm feeling some shit. I don't feel good, man. This is crazy. Even my worst enemies in the house, I could sit down and have a conversation with them. They don't have that this season. A lot of people are very, very, very alone.
Yeah. Like walking on eggshells almost.
Oh yeah. They're afraid to say anything.
Mm-hmm. We have 15 minutes till the show, but I just want to know.
15 minutes heard.
Everyone's telling me 20 minutes. I'm like, guys, I know. I look. But America's veto. Who do you think? Who do you think? I kind of think I know who. But did you vote?
Yeah.
Who did you vote for?
I'm not going to tell you. What,
Why?
you want me to tell you my social security number next?
I'll tell you.
That's private information, Steph.
But I'll tell you.
Okay, well, I'll tell you publicly now. And
all right.
It's interesting because I literally just 2 videos ago posted the fact that I love Quinn and I'm a huge Quinn fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the guy's a problem.
Yeah.
I think the guy's a problem. Gameplay aside, personality quirks aside, all this stuff aside, the way he's handled a couple of situations in the house is going to be tough for him to answer to when he gets home.
Yeah.
I'll say it that way. And it's not necessarily that I don't like Quinn and I definitely want him to go on the block and get out of there. No. Mm-hmm. What America wants is blood. They want blood. If you had the opportunity to tip the scales in a gladiator competition, if you asked the crowd, and Caesar was over this gladiator tournament right now, and there's one dude left in the arena, and he's like, hey, do you want me to kill him or not? And the crowd would be like, yeah, that guy, get him out of here, kill him. They want it. They want their blood. They want their flesh. They want the most drama, the most fights. They want the most that they can get out of something. So Quinn is that one person that I'm pretty sure that if he gets put on the block, it's because America wanted to see that house burn for a week.
Yep.
And honestly, I don't even necessarily believe that it's because they want to strategically tip the scale this week in the House, or the fact that they want to try to sniff out that power. It's not necessarily that they want to get the power out of the way. And if they don't put him up there, that's the sole reason that they didn't put him up there, because they want the power to remain in play. But the reason that Quinn's probably going to go in there is people love to knock people down a peg. If you have shown me that you believe that you're above me somehow and that you're arrogant and that I'm less than you, I'm going to do everything that I can. When I say I mean the collective person in this scenario. Somebody is going to do anything that they possibly can to knock you down a peg, to let you know that you're human. And I think that Quinn has gotten a little bit big for himself inside the House with a bunch of different discussions that he's had, and the way that he's handled certain delicate situations, the information that he's put in certain ears, and the way that he's done it, and the way that CBS edited to show how conniving that he was in the diary room a couple times. Mm-hmm. America's looking at that, and they want to go, hey, dude, you belong to us. Mm-hmm. We decide. Regardless if you're in that house or not, we get to decide how you see yourself. And when you leave this house, we will remind you of that. We will remind you that you're not special. Even though you went on television, you're nothing to us. We put you where you are. Shut up. Enjoy your 15 minutes of fame. Don't you dare ask for 16. It's exactly how the fans think. And not just fans of Big Brother, but reality television as a whole. That's exactly how it works. So Quinn has presented himself on the show, or the show has shown him to be a certain personality type, and that rubs certain people a wrong way. So what America is probably going to do is they're going to show him, nope, you better switch your game up a little bit, son, and rethink your choices. And all that's going to do is going to crush him. And I absolutely hate that. I'd never want that for somebody. To be in the middle of a game, we have only gotten rid of 2 people. Yeah. But to be in the middle of the game and told by America that we don't want you there, can you imagine what that will do to him?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to Joseph. I think Joseph is going to be that close second person.
He is. I think he's kind of anticipating it, though, because he's almost like leaning into the villain edit that he's doing in the diary rooms.
Yeah, he is. And that's what I said. He like I said earlier, he's figured out the kind of character that he wants to present himself as. Yeah. And right now, I think he's kind of seeing, I might have gone a little far. Yeah. Now I need to probably shut up for a little bit and play the game.
A whole bunch of losers. This is what he basically said. Oh my gosh. So, okay, before we go, we have 10 minutes. Who is playing the best game and who's playing the worst game?
That's tough to say because it's there's so many different games going on right now.
Yeah. And
someone talked to me the other day, and one of my favorite players is Rubina. I just love her. I think she's amazing. I talk to her sister sometimes too. Shout out, what's up? And I just love the type of like personality that she has, and she's so bubbly and fun and just like quirky, and it's just really cool. And someone was like, I thought Rubina was going to be this crazy, cool, fun character in the diary room and do all this stuff. I've barely even seen her. And I said, that's good. That's good. That's because she's playing the game. She recognized that she wanted to go into the house and show off her personality and be a certain type of cool, fun character. But she also recognizes that there's something very much more important at stake right now. I can be a character later on and do all this fun stuff, but right now I need to lay low, let people pick each other off, let them continue to fight amongst themselves and jump on their own swords and do all this crazy stuff. So she's right now, she's in a pretty good spot. Though she's in the running for America's vote right now, I don't think that that's the case. But she's in a couple of pretty good circles, but she's not playing too hard in those circles. She's allowing those circles to play, and she's playing along with them. And I think that that's, number one, that's a very hard thing to do. Yeah. But if you've been around that type of environment in your life, it's easy to kind of mold into stuff. You don't always want to be the center of attention, which I think that she's really good at differentiating between when it's time to shine and when it's time to kind of lurk back a little bit. So I think she's playing really well. Is she making the best decisions? Probably not. You'd better be careful with Tucker, because if the house continues to gun the way that they're gunning and Tucker keeps running his mouth the way that he's running his mouth, and he gets recognized, and Rubina gets recognized that she's lumped in with Tucker, this is what's happening to Mackenzie right now when she got too close to Matt. They were like, oh shit, that's a couple. We got to bust that up. Side note, isn't it funny that alliances are the first people that want to bust up couples?
I know. They're
like, they're a couple. They're working together. As I sit in this room with 4 people, shut up. Why are you gunning after the couples? You're just gunning after the couples because you want to have the only couple.
That's true. It's true. Yeah.
People just want to watch the world burn. Who's playing the worst game?
Yeah, who's playing the worst? Who?
Ainsley's playing the worst game.
He doesn't count, Cameron.
I can't speak for who's playing the worst game, and I'm not going to say it's a tie amongst like 10 people. It's not. People are playing very different games, and it's not me trying to dodge the question and go, oh no, everybody's great. Everyone is. You're either playing really, really hard,
yeah,
or you're not playing at all, or you're running in the middle. And if you're not playing at all, that doesn't mean you're playing the worst game. That means in your brain you're playing the best way. A lot of people can ride that under the radar a long way until it's time to show themselves. So I can't say that they're playing a bad game right now if that is their plan. It's tough to say. And if you're running in good circles, that's good. So who's playing the absolute best game right now? Tough to say, but I'd have to put my vote on Cedric. Now, I think that he's taken a lot of things under advisement. He's listening, but ultimately he's making his own decisions. And he's doing them in a way that the people that he's working with are respecting the way that he's going about making his decisions. And I think that that's really noble. And it's not that he's not lying and he's not doing this kind of stuff and he's not playing an aggressive game. He's playing his own game, and it's hard to explain what game he's playing. But the dude went from wearing a computer chip on the first week to the head of household in one of the most tumultuous weeks that I've seen in Big Brother. And he's handling it like a champ. Yes, he had a blow up with Tucker, but that's on Tucker. Tucker's coming out on that on the bad end. He's coming out of that looking like the crazy person, not Cedric. Cedric is handling his business right now. And when he leaves HOH after this week, there's really only one person that he's disgruntled. And it's the same person that everyone's looking at like, we need to get this guy out of here. He's a loose cannon. So the one enemy that he has made this week is the same one that everyone believes is painting a target on their back, Tucker.
Yeah. Yep. Nicely said. Everything, honestly, all your responses, nicely said.
Yay and stuff.
We have 5 minutes left. I want to ask you what is going on, anything you want to plug, as they say.
Oh, not necessarily right now. It's things that I kind of don't have firm answers on yet.
Okay.
Waiting on contracts to kind of come in and waiting for emails to come back to get permissions to do things, because speaking of NDAs, I can't just jump out there and do a bunch of stuff after having been on Big Brother, because I still kind of belong to CBS, and I kind of have to get their say-so to do a bunch of cool, fun stuff. Yeah. So I would love to tell you, hey, yeah, I'm doing this thing, but it's literally only just things that are lined up and things that I'm hoping for and trying to get the ball rolling on. So things like that. Aside from that, I'm just going to try to continue to post some really cool stuff about the show. I just put out a fun video that got 150,000 likes or something, like
for real?
150,000 views. And I was like, holy shit, I haven't put out a video that successful ever. So I was like, oh, that felt pretty cool. I think I'm gonna do some more of that shit. That was nice.
Oh, yeah. Was it Big Brother related?
Huh?
Was it Big Brother related?
Oh yeah, it was just me going like, what the heck? Can y'all tell me what the hell's going on in this house right now?
Oh, okay, I saw that. Oh my god.
Just that. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah. That goes like, that was a rush. Let's do some more of that shit. What about you? Awesome. What do you have going on that you would like to plug?
I don't really have anything going on. I post daily live feed recaps on my YouTube. Talking reality with BB.Steph.
Oh yeah.
They're doing pretty good. I
watch all your stuff.
What?
I watch all your stuff. I follow you on all the things. I mean, that's why you have my number and you say, hey, let's go do TikTok tonight. And I go, cool.
Don't get the haters talking, Cameron.
I don't have it. But I do, and this is something I forgot that I was going to bring this up, but I mean, next year we have the cruise.
I was going to bring that up too. I don't know. Is that sold out?
And it's going to be, what?
Is it sold out?
There's a couple rooms left, no joke. Okay. And it's when I say a couple, I'm talking literally 2 rooms left probably.
Oh wow.
it's going to be insane. It's going to be nuts. And I know that you're in talks of possibly going on it. So I wanted to give the shout out there because I would be over the moon if you could go. I mean, it's something to me you've talked about for a couple weeks now. So
Yeah.
I would hope that all comes to fruition.
It's looking like it will be, and I'm excited, like, not only to meet you, obviously, but like...
That was the most like Big Brother anchor response I've ever heard. It's looking like it could be.
I love you, Cameron, but like Rachel and Brittany and Janelle and then Cameron.
Man, yeah. Danielle and I've gotten pretty close with like Howie.
Yes.
I talked to Howie a lot. And of course I know Danny and I know Brittany. We did reindeer games and all that kind of stuff. And I talk to Janelle like all the time, and just like our group messages and stuff are just off the chain, dude. It's so fun. It's so crazy.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait for the cruise, and it's just such an honor to just be a part of something that people that I've watched for years and like just looked up to and idolized, and like I want to go on that show because of this person or that thing. And so, yeah, we get the cruise coming up next year, and that'd be awesome.
Yeah, next year in June. It'll be fun.
Totes my goats.
All right. Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, Steph. Call me. Talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk about this episode because I'm sure it'll be a good one.
Totally.